Welcome to JoeG Cards, where we grade lots of cards. Where we grade lots of cards. Do you remember the joke intro in the beginning? Where he said, welcome to JoeG Cards, where we unbox lots of cards. That was funny as fuck. Right, yo, any OGs, remember that from the channel, you know, make a comment. Yo, I made a JoeG flipping token, right? So, you know, when you're playing the Pokemon TCG, yeah, if you want to use my name or whatever, or, you know, me, you can buy these. And then we made a fire one. This is some sparkly plastic on some, these are really good, yeah? They're really good for the tokens for the games. The one that you get, like, for Pokemon, they scratch and the shit on there. They really wank. The one that actually comes with the, like, so basically, you know, there's like a Magikarp one as well. I sold like 4 or 5 of these Magikarp ones in like black, so they were like good. So we're gonna go into this AGS submission, yeah. So we've got these are obviously blue labels, right? And this one is a blue label. Now PSE won't grade this specific card here, but this is a card from the Pokemon TCG. Now they won't grade it. For some reason they won't grade it, I don't know. Right, but they don't touch it for some reason. You know, we have 3 golds, right? And then we have a sparkly one, which you can see. If anyone knows this logo on the back of the cards, you'll know what this is. So, I'm not uploading this video straight away because I'm waiting for my other submission back. But how long did I take to get this one back? This one took 3 days, yeah? So, shipped there, graded, shipped back within 3 days. So anybody that wants to basically get loads of slabs in fast and get them either for sale or, you know, this is way better for like business, right? Or if you want to sell, get your money back, grade again. That's basically what I do, right? I basically get my money back, grade again, and continue rinse and repeat. If I see something, I keep it. If I like it, I keep it. If I don't want it, or I graded it, sell it, I'll just sell it, yeah? Or, you know, I get a good card, or maybe get a 10, I'm like, right, I want to accumulate fast money back, we'll sell that and we'll grade again. So, constant stream of spinning them past. Right, so, we'll go with this white card, right? So, I ended up seeing the grades for these because, you know, I looked at them before, but you haven't, right? So, basically what this is a Master the Game promo, yeah? Master the Game promo. So, this is what comes with the Mewtwo from, like, the movie, from the pictures, right? And it comes with this backing card. Now, PSA won't grade this. If you go back to my only graded stuff, you will figure out that I graded a card with them that PSA will also not touch. And now I can go back and buy those up and then have them as a full set of like graded cards. Now, I am obviously looking for the 10. You know, this is what we're looking for, right? We're looking for this as a 10 and then I want to keep that. So like this one got an 8. Now, obviously these do have maybe issues, or you know, I maybe didn't look at this one or whatever it is, and we can basically go to this like view grade and we'll see exactly what was wrong with this card. So here is the on the website, we have the Master the Game card, right? The centering's a 10 on the front, edges are at 8, corners are an 8, surface is an 8, centering on the back, it's a bit mad, isn't it? 10, 10, and surface is 6. So obviously there's something on the surface is probably scratched. This is the first one that's been graded from Master the Game promos, something that, so there's basically a mark at the top of that card there. So yeah, there's a little bit of like, it's probably dirt or something. And then there's a mark between the Master the Game. Oh right, yeah, there is. There's a little dent with indentation in the card. There's a little indentation there. I kind of just sent this in to get this slabbed to see if they'd slab it, and they did. So it's like, why would you not like grade with this? So there is another mark there on the card, another little pin dent. So that just shows you that there's a couple of dents in this card. This is why it got an 8, but that's still good, right? Because there's some little pin dents in it. So obviously I didn't check this when sending it in. I just kind of just sent it in to see if they slab it, right? And that's exactly what they do. So there's some marks on the top, on the front. The edges have obviously, you know, been clipped, right? And then there's the corner. So the corner is a little bit like impressed, which is a little bit like done, yeah. And then, you know, the back is nice, right? Obviously there's scratches and marks on the back. That shows you where the marks are on the back. So there's obviously some shit on the back from, you know, maybe just scratching, handling it or whatever, right? And then, you know, this is pretty good. But you see how they graded the card, right? So grading the card, wait, what else was up there? All right, yeah. So them grading the card like this, right, is good, yeah? Because, you know, they're showing you what is wrong with the card. Now, so when you get your assumption of like, what is this or what's wrong with this card, you can get the diagnostics to say, well, this is why this card is an 8, because the diagram shows where they've scanned the card. So I'm going to buy a few more copies of these and then try and get this card as a 10, because that's what we basically want to do. But for something that you can't grade with PSA, there is a really sick one of this, which is the Blastoise. The Blastoise one is amazing, right? But obviously PSA didn't like grade it, or, you know, so it's kind of like, if you want to grade these, or you want to grade the legendary birds ones from WotC, you know, you can grade this, right? PSA don't touch it. So this is the argument between why won't PSA grade that when PSA is a massive company, right? And they don't. So this makes you think. So on this card, this is, you know, a cheap card. It's a Mewtwo and it got a 9, right? So let's have a look at this one and see why this one didn't get the 10, right? So we're going to view this one and this one, right? So basically, I thought this card was very nice, you know, to center in and surface and stuff. So here's the 10, or the 9, right? So the centering to 10, which is on the front, which I thought the centering was really good. The surfaces are 9, the edges are a 9, the corners are 9, 2, 5. The centering on the back of the card is a 9. The surface on the back of the card is obviously something's on there, maybe a dint or something, right? Edges on the back is a 7. Corners on the back is an 8.75, right? So there's 84 of these graded, which is quite a lot. Now, no legendary ranks exist, so there's no perfect one of them existing, right? So there's the Mewtwo centering. There's obviously the marks on the front. It's probably lipping. This one's probably got lipping, right? From, you know, these V-stars. You know, when they get, like, shit on the edge, you can't really kind of see it because of just the way it is, right? Centering on the back is good. Obviously, that's where the damage is. Oh, yeah, there's a little fucking dint there. There's a little dint. You see it there, look? Fucking shit, right? And then you got, you know, some marks. So this is being a 9. This is a strong 9 grade, right? Straight strong 9. And then there's obviously some on this bottom corner here, right? So, you know, this bottom corner, yeah, you can see that it's probably like bouncing off the light, off the plastic, but there's like a bit of an impression. You see it there, right? So this card was something we just kind of just chucked in just to see like what this will get, right? And you know, we're getting some basically some diagnostics of stuff, and because 9s are cheap, or 9s or 8s or whatever, you know, we've got Master the Game. That is a sick card, bro, to be fair, at the promo backing. So then we've got this one. This one is a Darkrai. You know, this is a blue label, so is it an 8 or is it a 9? And it's a 9, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to basically pull this one up, and then we're going to see what this one got. So we've got 9 on the, let me pull this across. So there's a 9. AGS population is 22. So the centering on the front is a 10. Surface is a 10. Edges are a 10. Corners is an 8, right? So centering on the back is obviously what's shit, right? So centering on the back is obviously shit, yeah? Surface is shit. The edges are good. The corners are back, right? So there's one legendary rank that this exists. So, you know, that's one perfect copy, right? Obviously, the centering's off on the back, yeah? And there's some maybe dirt or something on the back of the card, right? So that's, you know, scratches, and they're the little highlights of where everything is, yeah? And then the corners or the edges is where the error is, and then there's obviously a mark within that corner, right? So I obviously pulled this straight from a booster pack, sleeved it, and just chucked it into a submission, right? So I sent this in to see what this would get. So this is kind of like just the way it is, right? We're not even like, how come we're not centering this, right? So there we go. We moved the wrong thing. So there we go. So that's a 9, right? So then we got this card, the Mega Charizard, right, from the new promo UPC box. Bought this off of eBay. I reckon the guy sold it because it maybe would not have been a 10 copy. It's not a 9, but it's a 9.5. So there's something wrong with this card. And I always wonder when someone sells like a promo out of like a UPC box, I always think, well, why are they selling it? Considering it's like, that's what you're buying the box for. So we'll go ahead and see what this one got. This one got a 9.5. Right, so let's put this in. I think that there's something wrong with this. Is either a scratch on the back or something that I've missed. So the centering on the front is off. Right, so it's probably from top to bottom, right? 10, 10, 10 on everything on the surface. You know, I actually thought the front was amazing, yeah. Centering on the back is a 9, yeah. So probably a little art. Surface on the back is an 8, right? Edges are a 10, and the corners are a 10. Now, there's a 9.5, so there's 37 9.5s, and there's 45 Gem Mint 10s. So, but there's not a lot of 9s. So you can see there's only 4 9s, 9.5 is 37, and 45 Gem Mint 10s. That's pretty not bad. Right, so there's the front. The front was flawless, right? You know, pretty good scans on the front. Back's the centering's art. Oh, it's probably a print line. But that's what it is. But there's a print line on it or something. I can't really see with a sleeve on it, bro. To be fair, a bit of line there. What's that line from? This is why, like, AI grading is kind of good. You know, could you would have thought that this, like, you see, grading this for PSA, would PSA have gave this a 10? You get what I mean? So the 9.5s, you know, it's, if they, like, let's say, for example, you didn't do a 9.5 grade and you got rid of the 9, it's probably on the corners or the edging, there's something wrong with it. So in my eyes, like, let's say for example, right, let's say you sent this card to PSA and PSA gave it a 10, right? So otherwise, if a 9.5, if they went ahead and say scrap the 9.5s and just made the 9.5s a 10, you know, is that something, you know, what's your opinion on the 9.5s? Because, you know, me, I'm not a greatest fan of a 9.5, but let's say PSA was going to give it a 9 because of its centering, but it could be a 9.5 instead of a 10. That's what kind of Beckett is. So, you know, it's a nice card, nevertheless. It looks really good, right? But it's like, can it get a 10? But then again, you know, grading with PSA, you've got to wait another 6 months. You know, it will take 6 months to get it back. That's a long time. There's no base in the UK. It's like, do I really want to grade with them again? It's like, it really, like, it's effort. It's then sending off, you know. Most people use middlemen, so they're paying extra fees and extra money, so it's like, you know, it's kind of a nonsense, right? So we graded this. So this is a winner promo from Dragon Ball Z, right? This is basically a tournament card. You know, it's got the winner, right? It's a gold label. It got a 10, right? So we got a 10 on the chilled the Azilian, yeah? So we're keeping these. We're keeping anything that gets like a 10 like this. You know, when it comes to, you know, any championship card, any winner card, any promo that only comes out once, one thing you can only get from like a certain event or whatever, basically we will only, I'll just keep these. I have no intention of selling them, just because I think they're printed once, you won't get them again. It's like, boom, that's it. So that's a sick card, that is, you know. I might even get another couple of copies of these and just try again and try and get a 10 in AGS or even a legendary. Right, and we graded this one. So this one's a gold label, so it's either a 9.5 or a 10. right? Which this one's Pikachu from the Chinese gem pack, right? Which is, you know, this was flawless, yeah? When I looked at this card before, you know, submitting it, I was like, this one's a banger, right? 10, yeah, I've got the 10. So, let's say, for example, if I can sell this for, say, 150, I don't know what the going rate of this card is. You know, I'll have to see what the PSA 10 is. Well, let's say, for example, we sell this, right? Because, you know, the 9s might take a while to sell, but in my eyes, something like this would probably maybe move a bit faster. So let's say we sell this, we'll take, you know, 90, let's say 80% of that money, and then we'll just grade more cards, right? It's a really nice card, this is. I don't know if I have the PSA 10. If I have the PSA 10, I might even end up just selling the PSA 10, and then, or move this one. I'll just put one of them on eBay and just see what happens, and then see if it sells. Right, and then the final card, which I don't even need to do that because you can tell by the label, right? So this is an AGS Legendary, right? So they gave this. So I looked at this card and I was like, this thing's amazing, right? Amazing quality. As soon as I got this in the post, I was like, this is amazing quality, right? And, you know, it was pristine on, like, so many levels, right? So I sent it in, and it's a Chinese card. Chinese and Japanese are known for the print quality, right? They're really good. You know, the English is a bit slack. So it's a titty card, and it's got a B for Bitcoin, right? So I was decided, like, okay, so this is basically like a Black Label 10. If you send this into Black Label, Beckett should give this a 10. Should there be no reason why this is not a Black Label 10. Because a Black Label 10 has got the same parameters as an AGS 10. Right, so these are arguments between, why is it a 10? Is it really a 10? Is that a 10? Is that a 10? You know, people are like, got these questionings between the companies, right? So AGS is a legendary 10. Now, in my opinion, if I get any of these, I'm just not going to sell them, right? Or I'm going to just put them on the internet for stupid price over time, and then just see, you know, if anyone wants to buy it, right? Like, you know, depending on how much money you get, like for me, let's say I was to sell this for, say, 20 grand, just as a joke, right? Just as a throw a number out there, right? That gives me, like, another 10 grand to go buy products with, and then go grade more cards, and then do more videos, right? Grade more stuff, grade that, grade this, you know, buy that, grade it, you know. And then it's constant content, right? So for me, it would help me to do constant content. Now, this is a card that we got a legendary on, and until we hit this again, how many more chances of times do we grade before we hit this? So we have hit this in 3 submissions, and and we've sent in another submission. So I won't be uploading this video straight away, but it took 3 days to grade these with AGS, and I think that is an absolute fantastic turnaround time, you know. And we're gonna probably sell this Pikachu to fund more submissions, yeah. Because I got a couple of these anyway. So thanks for watching my video. I'll upload this one. You know, I'll probably schedule upload this one, but you know, this Charizard is an amazing card. Really nice card for the card that's come out from the UPC box. I've got a couple of UPC boxes, so we might end up just breaking one and then getting another promo out and then sending it in and see what we get. But thanks for watching my video, and we will see you next time. Peace.